So, I know I always try to trick you into the starting of the podcast, and I know I don't anymore, and I think I figured it out the last time.
Oh?
It's because, I mean, aside from the fact that I've done it to you every time we've recorded an episode of anything ever,
Right.
my voice changes.
Oh.
I open up my throat a little bit. Like, could you tell that I'm doing it right now? Because I'm recording, Beej.
Shakuse.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vex _ Obligatory Podcast. My name is Vex, or Mike, depending on who's talking to me. And I'm joined by the booty to my bee.
I'm Beej. I'm just going to go flat Beej this time.
Just a flat Beej?
Yep.
So does a flat Beej contain like 4 E's then?
Sure.
Is it just one of those things?
4 E's, 2 J's. Yeah, it's good.
Yep. So you're the booty to my bee.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay. So my daughter and I have invented an imaginary character. She mostly did it. And his name is Booty Bee. Booty Bee lives in my hand and walks around like a spider. And it talks like this all the time.
That's adorable.
So instead of telling me things now, she goes and tells Booty Bee. She's like, Booty Bee, listen. And it's just, she just wants to talk to the imaginary character that pretends to be a spider in my hand. Because children, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're the booty to my bee. And how you doing, man?
Doing good.
Just good. That's all you got. This is a podcast.
I know. I know, right?
We're casting a pod. And
fantastic.
Here's my monologue. I'm good.
Yep.
Did you like it? That was a good monologue.
Right? Super good. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad that you're good. I'm glad you got a lot to say about how good you are.
I don't know. I mean, the work has been going good. Home life's decent, you know?
So is it one of those things you're just trying not to jinx it?
Yeah, exactly. You talk too much about it, and then it's bad.
Yeah. The best way to make God laugh is to tell him your plans, right? And be like, hey, yo, shit's good.
God's like,
he's going to be like,
hold my beer.
Have that shit.
Right? Like, hold my beer.
Here's a flat tire. Here's a check engine light. Here's a lower blood pressure medication. Just fucking, God, there's always something.
Always.
My favorite is the, you just have to take ibuprofen now all the time.
Right.
That's just part of your diet now, is you just have to take ibuprofen. Life's going pretty good, but goddamn, your knee's just gonna hurt every day until you die now.
Yep. Pretty much. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm doing better with every passing day. I don't want to say it was like an episode of depression, but I had like a week where it was just like my brain just reduced down to like 25% capacity. And like, that was just no good for anybody.
Damn.
I mean, it fucking happens, right? It's, me and my dad joke all the time that it's menstruation. It's we're having like a man period where it's just, I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just saying it's like this weird phase that I mean, fucking everybody goes through, where it's just like, I don't want to people. I don't want to exist. I get, I have creative blocks everywhere. I talked about when I did the solo episode, I had like a gamer's block where it's like, I didn't want to fucking play anything. I didn't want to do shit.
Right.
I
thought that was just called depression.
I mean, it might be. Maybe I am having but it didn't feel that way. So that's why I don't jump to saying that. I mean, menstruation's not a better term, but it's just one of those things. I don't know. But I'm doing a lot better now, kind of getting back in the groove.
Sweet.
started planning and plotting for D&D again. So that's how I always know when I'm back in the swing.
I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah. I got so much cool space shit to do in the next space session, dude.
Hell yeah.
But aside from how we're feeling, and I know you're doing good. You talked a lot about it.
Fantastic, even. I added fantastic. Let the record show.
That's my last jab. We're good. So what you? I'm gonna go with watching first. What have you been watching?
What have I been watching? Me and my brother have been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Respect.
We finished it up yesterday. Oh, such a good ending.
Yeah, I fucking love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's so good. It's
become where How I Met Your Mother used to be my palate cleanser. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is slowly becoming that. Because it's like, it's got some story, but it's also funny as fuck.
Yeah.
So it's kind of started to be my in-between.
Hell yeah.
I've been watching... My Name is Earl. And if that's not the only show, I've actually been watching 2 different shows. I keep bouncing between them. My Name is Earl is actually really fucking good. It's better than I remember.
Yeah.
So that's been nice. And then I've also been watching Wilfred.
Okay.
With what is that, Elijah Wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fucking dog.
And the man-dog thing? I don't understand that show at all.
I love that show. I can't watch it a lot because if I binge that show, it fucks with my head.
Wow.
Like, because it has a lot of talk about depression and shit and mental illness. When you sit there and binge it, it's like, oh fuck, am I crazy too? Am I losing it?
Right.
But super good show. But yeah, I've had to bounce between them because I can't just binge Wilfred.
That's fair.
But and then what you been playing, man?
Well, still been playing a little bit of Albion Online. I actually dipped my toes just a little bit back into WoW.
Gross.
Just a tiny bit to see what Season 2's like. You know. And really looking forward to playing Season 1 of Diablo 4.
Oh, it's
which
like
comes
right
out
there.
Thursday.
It
comes out Thursday.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's 2 days away.
Can it stop coming out on the day I get my daughter, though? Like, everything with Diablo 4 is like, hey, you have to pick up your kid today and can only stay up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, that's cool, I guess. But no, I'm super hyped for that. Gross on the WoW thing. I hope you're having fun, though.
You know, it is what it is.
You've been on a super MMO kick lately.
I have. I've tried out a bunch of different MMOs lately.
Yeah. I was wondering when you would cycle back to the tried and true World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Well, and I know I had talked about SWTOR a little bit, Star Wars: The Old Republic, for anybody watching, but I don't think it's gonna happen, especially with Diablo coming up. It's like,
right.
And I've been dipping my toes back into Destiny 2. Which is, I know, is gross to you.
There are worse games.
Yeah. Well, I might be playing the worst game, too. So there's Destiny 2. I got all the expansions on the Steam Summer Sale, so when the next one comes out, I think I'm actually going to participate in that one as it's happening. Nice. Pretty pumped for that. And then I've been playing, like so many others, BattleBit Remastered.
Right.
It's the best Battlefield game that EA has ever not made.
I don't think I've ever played a Battlefield game, to be honest with you.
I've always favored those over like Call of Duty. Strictly for the more simulated feel, but people ruin that anyway. It's like in a real battle zone, people aren't fucking teabagging and jumping through windows all willy-nilly and shit.
Right.
But something about BattleBit Remastered has kind of brought back the magic of like the earlier Battlefield games, where it's just chaos, but like I don't know. And I've been getting super into it, dude. earlier today when I woke up, my voice was starting to go away because I was yelling and hollering in the game. I've been running around and I'm like, get up, maggot! We got a war to win! But
That's awesome.
it's super good.
Hell yeah.
And it's only been out a short amount of time. It's only made by a few people. Like, it's a little indie game.
Right.
But I love it. And I think that's all I've been playing. Is that all I've been playing?
I think so.
Gross.
Right.
Elden Ring's not even in there. I don't know who I am anymore. So yeah, that's cool. Should we dip into like the main courses here?
Now let's dig in.
All right, I'm more excited for yours this week. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like we're not gonna talk about mine as much.
Hey, it's still valid.
Well, it's because both of us have evolved past this, I think. So, I was thinking the other day about how much I always wanted to have a family game night. Like, with my family. Like,
right.
Like, my chosen family, it's cool when we all get together and fucking, play bean battles or whatever the hell. But ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to have a family game night where, like, we all get around and play Monopoly or something. Like, that's what I was exposed to as a kid, was Monopoly, Sorry, the Game of Life, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was always super bummed that we didn't do that. And part of it was my parents were too busy, and other parts was later in life. When you're a teenager, you don't really like spending time with your family for a bit. There, you kind of turn into a piece of shit. So it was a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, even the other day when you said it'd be cool if we could start playing some other board games aside from D&D and stuff. Instantly, I know you have way better board games in mind, but instantly my head was like, bro, it'd be so cool to play Monopoly.
I love Monopoly.
I do too.
And nobody else in my house wants to play it.
To some point, I understand, because a game of Monopoly can take 8 gajillion years.
Right. And they probably won't even finish it, but that's not the point.
Yeah. And then there's always the people making deals they shouldn't be making, or like I donate $200 to this person so they could stay in the game. It's like, fuck that. Let everybody lose and just fucking die with some dignity,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's one of those things I always wish we could do. And now our friend group is so spread across the country. It's like,
right.
It's like there's you, me, your brother, and then we have to fly to the West Coast to have a game night if we wanted to do that.
Thankfully, there is a Monopoly video game online.
There is. And none of these people want to play it. I'm gonna that's what I'm gonna do after. I'm gonna do it right now while we're recording.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna type it in the game night general thing.
Some of our group, I don't want to name names, they get really fucking intense with that game.
There. Why don't we play Monopoly? I put it in the game night thing that nobody's talked in since April.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So maybe we'll have a game of Monopoly going soon. But is there any other? I'd like to call those the basic bitch board games. Are there any of those besides Monopoly that you really liked?
The basic ones?
Yeah, I
freaking love Risk.
Risk is so good.
Right.
But man, you have to find your warlord friends to play Risk. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get any Tom, Dick, or Harry to play it because it's like. You need a mind for that sort of thing, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah, like, you gotta want to be a dictator in a war a little bit. Like, at least just a little bit.
Yeah. Right.
No, Risk is really good. I liked the themed Risks, too. Mm-hmm. Where it's not just the fucking our world. It's like, I don't know. They've made some other ones where it's different themes. I think I saw a Star Wars one at one point.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. This Star Wars is freaking everything.
That would be dope.
Yeah, there was a... What did I play? I looked at. A friend brought over like a Rick and Morty risk.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, and it added like... It even had like different... It added some game play stuff, which was interesting.
That's fucking awesome.
Right?
Speaking of Rick and Morty, I have the Rick and Morty module for D&D. We have to play that at some point.
Yeah, we should.
But that's a physical one. I don't have that on D&D Beyond or whatever. I have the actual books. So we should do that sometime too.
Heck yeah.
Just fly across the country and play Rick and Morty D&D.
Yeah.
There, Proto said something. Proto said,
there you go.
Yeah, hell yeah. So we're gonna end up playing Monopoly at some point. But I don't know, man. It's just one of those things that I always wanted that. I always wanted that growing up, and then even my super awesome friend group that I was in before I pretty much just surrendered to the fact that you guys are my only friends. Wow, that was sad as fuck. But I remember I was trying to find things better to do than get drunk in a garage with them.
Right.
Which, don't get me wrong, at that point in my life, getting drunk in a garage was all I really wanted to do anyway. But I was like, guys, what if we have a board game night? And the looks that I got from that room of people, they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, I got the Millennium Monopoly at home. I could just bring it over. We could play Monopoly. Have a couple drinks instead of a whole case of drinks. You know? And stay conscious. And then I could drive home in the morning instead of sleep in a garage. I don't know. But they just looked at me like fucking... Like, I just said the craziest shit, and it's like, I just want a fucking game night.
You're right. It's not too much to ask for.
We're going to revive the game night in the Discord, though, in Jeffrey's Pals, or the Jeffrey Cinematic Experience. And
heck yeah.
We're going to bring it back.
As long as we don't play a lot of bean battles. Fuck that game.
I kind of want to just start playing fucking board games in there.
Hell yeah, dude. There's a lot of board games they've made in the video games. So
well, and then there's always what is it called? Is it Tabletop Simulator or something like that? Yeah, got a ton of stuff in it. I'd love to get. I think I have that.
Do you?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to open a bunch. If I open my Steam, because I told you I've been using the live wallpapers for the background of the podcast. If I open my Steam, everybody's gonna see my Steam, and nah.
You don't want to get judged.
Yeah, I don't want to get judged for all the hentai games I have in there. I'm kidding. I don't have any of those. But they are often on my store for whatever reason. It'll be like, hey, you could play Borderlands, or you could play Dark Souls, or you could play Fuck Me in the Booty. And I'm like, oh, where'd that game come from? Or there's a game called Sex with Hitler. That's out there too.
Wow.
Yeah, Steam's a weird place, but so we're gonna.
Doesn't it suggest things to you based on what you're playing? Like,
apparently, but I don't have anything like that.
Oh, okay.
I have like a couple weeb games in there, and I'm wondering if that's why. Because it's always around that theme, but it's just like it'll be all these normal games, and then it's like, hey, complete the puzzles to see titties, and it's like, oh, what?
Right.
And I'm like, what? They know I'm going to break eventually, right? Like, eventually I'm going to buy one of these games, and then that's all my store's going to be is porn.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It's just, I'm trying to hold off as long as I can. But one day they'll catch me on a sad day, you know what I'm saying? And it'll just be over. But we're going to go into the next bit now. But first, Beej, can you read the ad for me, please?
Oh God, it's here. Where is it?
It's right there.
Ad read.
Wait, Beej,
I missed that.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me that we don't have an ad?
Nope.
Oh my God! You know what people could do to try and support us? Do you know what they could do, Beej?
What could they do?
They could subscribe to the YouTube channel that they're watching this on. And they could also like and share with their friends. Don't hit the fucking bell, though. Don't hit the fucking bell.
Don't hit that bell.
But Beej, something exciting, because I'm gonna spring a lot of shit on you in this little spree here. Okay. So they could subscribe, they could share. They could also go to patreon.com/Vex Online Productions.
We got a Patreon now?
Yes, by the time this goes live on Friday, the Patreon will be active.
There you go.
And that's spring number 1. Spring number 2 is I'm gonna record a tiny little post show tonight after we're done recording. Like I'm gonna hit the don't record and then the record button, and then it's just gonna be what we talked about the other day.
Okay, it can get spicy.
Yeah. So if you subscribe to the Patreon, you'll get to see our little post show. It'll probably be 20 minutes, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But the main reason that you want to support us through the Patreon is because we have a lot of other shows we'd like to produce. Like Beej has a show called Karaoke, but I always mess up one word. And then I have a show called Karaoke, but I take somebody else's song, change the words a little bit, and think I have creative freedom. And then the third show, Two Guys, Two Cups. That's what we're really aiming for. So any support you give us will help us produce those shows and more. So patreon.com/Vex Online Productions. It's gonna be fun on a bun, maybe, probably.
Two Guys, Two Cups. It's just us drinking pop.
Well,
so that's
what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Well, I was thinking 2 guys, 2 cups. You know, we both get a cup of it doesn't even have to be alcohol. There's 2 guys drinking beverages, having a chit chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I dig it.
Yeah, it's basically this right now plus drinks instead.
I have a drink right here, so we're good.
I finished mine already. So
there you go.
This is the first episode of 2 Guys, 2 Cups. But so that's our first ad read, is go to patreon.com/Vex Online Productions. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to suggest all the shows that we're going to produce in the future, Beej. Where one attack
may or may not.
It's definitely may not. But ones that attack your character flaws, ones that attack mine, and then one little just weird sounding one.
I like it.
I thought you would like that bit, but
I do.
But Beej, what are we talking about next?
The juiciest bit in this episode, in my opinion.
You mean talking about Monopoly wasn't juicy?
Oh, it was juicy, but it gets juicier.
Oh shit!
In my opinion.
Hit me with it.
So in this bit, we're going to talk about the best and worst of games based on shows/movies.
You want to know what one I hate?
Yeah.
So there's this really bad movie called The Mario Brothers, and they made a whole franchise around it in video games. It was fucking awful. I'm super kidding.
There's nothing to do with live action.
Oh, I know.
Super good.
So you bringing this up makes me wonder. You must have one on the tip of your tongue.
Yes. The first one that comes to mind is probably the best one that I've played based on a movie or show. Is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, that game was fucking sick.
Dude, it's still sick, man.
I kind of forgot about that one. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever finished it. But I was like wildly impressed by it for it being a game based off of a TV show or movie.
Yeah.
Because usually they're not good.
Yeah. Usually, yeah.
But
it was awesome.
Yeah, no, that one was fucking sick. I got one for you.
Yeah.
Which one do I want to do first? I got one that I hated based off a movie.
Yeah.
Can I say that I hate that I loved it?
Sure.
Okay. The fucking Lion King game. Bro. Design-wise, impeccable. Wonderful.
Right.
Like, the art was fucking phenomenal. And, but that, goddamn, that was the original Dark Souls. I don't care what anybody says. The Lion King game on Super Nintendo and Sega was the first Dark Souls game.
That's fair.
That game was so fucking frustrating. Because you had pixel perfect fucking jumps. It was before Nintendo started taking it easy on Americans because we're lazy and we suck at games. But it was the Lion King game was the first Dark Souls game, and nobody can convince me otherwise.
Right? Hot takes.
Yeah.
That reminds me of, so it's not a game that's based on any one movie or show, but it's one that incorporates a lot of movies. And that is the Kingdom Hearts series.
Oh, yeah.
Which I know you love to death.
I do. I need to go back and play 3 again.
Yeah.
Because I never finished it.
Right? I want to play this Toy Story level like really bad.
That one was super good. I liked a lot of it. They're little homework for maybe you and anybody listening, but the Frozen world kind of took me out of it. And if you go back and look at the creation of the game, there was some messy stuff there. Not like dramatic or anything like that, but from what I recall, the original script for Frozen ended with Elsa being the bad guy.
Oh.
And then it changed to rewrite it so she was the good guy and like the hero and all that stuff. But Kingdom Hearts 3 was in production for so long that I think they had to scrap most of what they had written for the Frozen world. So if you go through it, like there's this part where you're fighting and then all of a sudden it's just like, hey, you're under the snow now. And it's just like, what the fuck? The whole world just felt weird and it kind of took me out of it. And then I had a pregnant fiance at the time, so then I just never ended up making it back to it.
Right.
But my PS4 is right over there. I could go play it right now if I wanted to.
True. The reason it reminded me of what you were talking about, because in the second one, as you well know, there's a Lion King level.
Fuck yeah, there is. And at the top of the mountain,
there's a little
lion. You're the little lion, Sora.
Yeah.
And there's a really good grind part in that level where you just go up to the top of the mountain and there's just a metric fuck ton of Heartless there.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh god. And then you don't get to use any of the cool abilities you're learning because you're a fucking lion.
Right.
So then you leave that place and you're like, oh shit, I forgot I could play other ways. But Kingdom Hearts, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 over 365 over 2 days or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
God, all the ones that are in my head are older games.
That's fine.
I'm gonna hit on the next two that are kind of fresh on my mind. Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch the cartoon Real Monsters?
I don't think so.
10 out of 10 cartoon.
Okay.
It was great. It was about a bunch of monsters that scare people. Very Monsters Inc. vibes, but like dirtier. Like it's less of a corporation and more just a bunch of monsters that live in the sewer and just scare the shit out of people.
I gotcha.
But it was really good. There was a Real Monsters game. I rented it several times. I think I beat it, but that was really cool. Just to see that show portrayed in a game.
Right.
I'd have to go back and play it now to see if it was actually any good. And then a fucking Animaniacs game, man. Again, on Super Nintendo. That's what I grew up with. But there was so much game. And there was all these secrets and shit. And then Pinky and the Brain were there. And then the crazy Wish.com Dr. Farnsworth. I don't know. That game was fun. I put a lot of time into that game.
Nice.
Again, I'd have to go back and see if it actually holds up, but no.
I liked the games based on the Matrix movies.
What?
Specifically, The Matrix: The Path of Neo.
Right. I didn't play that one.
No?
Nope.
It was pretty dope. You get to play as Neo through the first 3 movies. And you feel like a badass in that game, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other Matrix game where you played as Ghost and Niobe?
Right, that was Enter the Matrix.
Okay.
And there was a third one that online, like MMO, that's been dead for a long time. But
oh yeah,
it's called The Matrix Online. I heard it was really good, but
damn shame, man. Of course, it sounds good to you. You've played in the last 2 weeks. You played every MMO in the entire world.
No, that's not true. Some of the top ones, though, so.
I'm trying to think. You might have to do another one because I'm trying to recall other ones, but I can't get out of my cartoon pit that I'm in.
Title of your sex tape?
Yeah, title of my sex tape. Do you have another one?
I think so.
I believe in you.
You believe in me?
Yeah.
I guess I don't have another one. I have to think too.
Do you remember? This is kind of teeters on if this is actually on topic or not. But do you remember the Avoid the Noid campaign?
Yes.
From, was that Domino's? Or
yeah.
They made, oh god, I got another one that follows that same thing too. So there was an Avoid the Noid game that straight up gave me fucking nightmares as a kid. One, I hated the Noid from what I knew anyway. That thing, right. The Noid scared the shit out of me. If you don't know what the Noid is, congratulations, you're listening to two grandpas run a podcast.
Right.
But the game, even, it was so fucking, like, you had to move through these buildings and shit, and it just creeped me the fuck out, dude. And I rented it one time, and it just fucking ruined me.
Oh, jeez.
And then, just an honorable mention for that, there was also a 7-Up game where you played as the little blip, the little red blip on the 7-Up bottles.
Oh my god.
And it was a whole ass game, dude.
Was it?
It was a whole ass game, and there was like this, if you beat the game, there was like this secret code or something you could get for some promotion they were doing. It was wild. It was wild to play.
Right.
But yeah, just weird branding, shit like that. You got another one yet? Because I got another one.
I do, but before that, I wanted to touch briefly on what you said. I watched a whole YouTube video about the history of the Noid.
I'm so sorry.
Pizza in general, or Domino's in general.
I'm so sorry that you did that.
No, it was fascinating.
Was it? Because I feel like that would be, you know, my fear with Thomas the Tank Engine, right?
Is it because
I get weird nightmares? Yeah.
Yeah. And like the whole human skeleton underneath.
Yep. Yeah. Well, oh no, it wasn't even that. I've been afraid of Thomas the Tank Engine since I was a kid.
Oh.
But then I watched that shit and it was nightmare fuel. But
that is nightmare fuel.
But the Noid is up there with that.
So mine, I guess. I just had it. Hold on. Oh yeah, I got it. So there was, of course, the Superman movies in the 70s, maybe 80s too. There was like 5 of them back in the day.
Yeah.
And then they did a rehash. I don't even know what you call it nowadays, but it was called Superman Returns. Supposed to kind of be a sequel reboot thing. It had Brandon Routh as Superman.
Okay.
It was not good, but it exists. And they made video game. I want to say video games because it's like the same game, but it's different on all the platforms. You know how that is?
Right.
But like the main console version of Superman Returns, the game, was complete garbage.
Yeah.
You play as Superman, of course, and instead of having a health bar, the city has a health bar. The city of Metropolis.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it was just.
That sounds terrible.
It was terrible. Yeah.
I don't. I think I don't really care for DC all that much, especially Superman. So it was like anything that it was like, oh, but Superman. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Get out of here. I don't give a fuck about Superman.
Sure.
He got a power for everything. He can throw the little S off his shirt in that one thing. I don't fucking know. Superman's OP, man.
Yeah.
So I got a good and a bad. I got another Nightmare Fuel one for me. Super Nintendo. They made a game based off Jim Carrey's in The Mask.
Oh God.
And so the game itself, it was entertaining, I guess, as a kid, where it was like it's just typical platformer shit, but you're the mask.
All right.
But it was just the in the movie when he does the awooga part. So you had that power, and the way it sounded in the game, like I could still like kind of hear it. Where it's just, oh God, I'd have bad dreams about it and shit all the time.
Oh shit.
But oh God. But then like I'd watch The Mask and it was way better that way. And now I wanna, once we're done with the podcast, I kinda wanna go watch The Mask again. But that game fucked me up. And then the other one, it was a good one, and now I forgot it. Oh, Star Wars.
Nice.
So there's a bajillion Star Wars games. Not all of them are great.
Right.
The one I want to point out, the first one that's not a Super Nintendo game on my list, I think, is Star Wars Jedi Power Battles on the fucking PlayStation. Boy. Oh my God, that game was good, dude.
Yeah, it was so good.
I was running around as motherfucking Plo Koon, who didn't even have a fucking line in the movie yet.
Right.
Just chopping bitches up. Or Eddie Galley was in there too. Eddie Galley?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, it had, you got the 5 people. You could also unlock Darth Maul to play.
Yeah.
And then I think you could unlock a couple other people. But god damn, that game was so good.
Dude, so good.
I feel like if I played it now it'd be a hot bag of poop, but like I remember back in the day it was the shit.
Well, yeah, because I played it on the PlayStation. I loved it. I don't think I ever beat it, but
me and Brett, dog, we fucking beat the tits out of that game.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Apparently, it also came out for the Dreamcast with better graphics.
That doesn't surprise me. It's a shame.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a moment of silence for the Sega Dreamcast.
R.I.P.
There we go. That was a good moment of silence.
That was
like
so
the
good.
greatest console that just died.
It just never got a chat. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
I had at least one more. I don't know how long you wanted this.
Oh, I got no more. I got no more after that. So.
All right. So they made the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh God.
The trilogy. And they made 2 games based on it. They made a game based on Two Towers, the movie, and one based on Return of the King. Both are fire, in my opinion.
Right.
The Two Towers game, you can play as Legolas, Gimli, or Aragorn. And they're like all... They each have separate fighting styles. And there was a special unlockable character. It was like... I don't know. If you remember the first movie, it was like the guy from the beginning. The grandfather of Aragorn or great-grandfather or some shit.
Okay.
But, Return of the King, dude, that was so good. It was co-op.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you could play, like, all the members of the Fellowship. It's certain levels. It was, like, split up into the groups for levels, but it was so good.
Unpopular opinion, I just don't really care for Lord of the Rings as much as a lot of people do.
That is unpopular.
Hold on. Let me say my bit. Love the books. I love the books.
Sure.
I love all of the books.
Sure.
I hate everything else that came out of it except for like D&D.
But the original trilogy of Lord fucking masterpiece.
Yes, yeah. Watching through it the first time, loved it. I loved all of it. So I still preferred the books overall, but I think it's one of those things where it's like I just liked the pictures in my head, I think, better than how they portrayed it. They did a great job. It was great. The movies were great. Yeah. I never want to watch them again.
Oh, see, sometimes I get a hankering to watch the extended versions back to back.
So you spend 4 weeks watching all of them?
It's a whole ass day to watch that shit.
And I think, I mean, we've talked a little bit about my problems with movies and stuff anyway.
Right. Right.
And that's like my kryptonite talk. You want me to spend 24 hours watching this?
Yes, absolutely.
I can't.
It's like 12 hours, but still.
It's a lot. It
is a lot.
It's a lot, but I loved it when I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
And I've watched all of them I think I've watched the extended cut of everything.
Oh, wow.
At least once.
Okay.
And that was enough for me. Where it's like I have my fond memories of it, but like so getting to kind of what we're talking about is the games just never fucking did it for me, except for the Shadow of War and Shadow.
Oh, so good.
Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War are both great, great games. But the other ones, I don't know if it just wasn't my cup of tea back then. But
that's fair. That's fair.
I just didn't like them as much.
Dude, me and Nathan were obsessed with Lord of the Rings.
I know you were. That's when you showed me
that
the
shit. Box set. Dude.
And I was like, I don't know, fam.
Yeah.
No, borrow it. It's great. I don't know,
right. They've had the box, like the fucking holy shit package extended versions. And we watched the extended versions, commentary. There were multiple commentary tracks for each one.
Ugh.
And we listened to at least 2 of them. Like, one was the director and somebody else, the writer maybe. But the cast one and all the featurettes with the cast, hilarious.
Not all.
It sounds like they had a great time behind the scenes.
Sounds awful to me. I hope they had a terrible time and none of it was fun.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
On that note, let's move on to the list.
Piss off the entire Lord of the Rings community.
Yeah.
So
let's not.
Beej, I know you can't see the screen,
right?
But I actually have the updated list on the screen, and I think it's all in order.
Nice.
If it's not, sorry, that's your problem, not mine. I don't care,
on you, bro.
Yeah. So 7 points, both of us. Yeah. Let me do the whole list spiel real quick. So me and my buddy Beej here, we decided we're gonna make the ultimate list of the top 100 or 50 or 150 games. And we do this by slowly spending points on the games on the list. Both of us get 7 each episode, and that we can add or take away from what's on the list. Or, Beej, what if we spend 3 points? What can we do?
We can add a game to the list.
We can add a game to the list. It starts at 10. And just to clarify, this is not a 10 out of 10 scale of anything. That's not what we're saying. We're just giving them points to move them around the list. But Beej, can you start us off with the list?
You want me to list it down?
No, don't. Fuck that. They can see it this time.
Okay, that's good. I was gonna say
you can see it, and we're not audio yet. If I have ripped the audio out of this and put it on Spotify, go to YouTube and look for Vex_OP and find it for your fucking self. That's not my job. That should be on you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What do I want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want to add a point to Albion Online. I love that game.
Fucking gross.
Slowly becoming my favorite MMO. Just saying.
Gosh. I'm not the most prepared person for this today.
Right.
Because I've been a little all over the place game-wise. I can't add anything to Diablo 4 because I haven't played it since then.
Same.
What else have I been playing? Oh, I know what I want to do. The fuck? I can't believe I haven't put it on here yet. I'm gonna add a game. I'm going to add Enter the Gungeon.
Oh yeah, you love that game.
Enter the Gungeon, for a lot of people that do the roguelikes and all that shit, Enter the Gungeon is my Binding of Isaac.
Right.
I am obsessed with it, and I'm really fucking good at it, and I know I'm good at it. It's one of those things that it's like, I found a game that I'm just super fucking good at. And like the last time I streamed a game, it was Enter the Gungeon. I beat it on my first try. Just no issues. I think I almost died in the last fight, but I beat it. So, but god damn, I love that game, and I'm super disappointed that Exit the Gungeon is not the same type of game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a side scroller. I don't know. It's weird. I haven't tried it, so I can't really judge it yet, but it bummed me out that it wasn't the same thing. All right, you're up.
I want to take a point away from League of Legends.
Fair enough. You're gonna kill it slowly but surely.
I am. You already killed the game. I really want to
just do it. Just fucking full send. -5 points.
No. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, just do it, man. Just do it.
Slowly over time.
Gosh. I'm having a really hard time with this.
Right?
So, my eyes keep getting drawn to Halo 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to take a point away from it. Because the more I sit there and think about it, I like Ratchet and Clank more than I liked Halo 2. Like,
okay.
Don't get me wrong. My time with Halo 2 was great. But I think it is kind of a crime that Halo 2 is above Ratchet and Clank. So I'm going to take 1 point away from Halo 2.
Super fair.
Also, Beej, I know I've talked to you a little bit about it. How I have this idea for a video that I brought it up. I want to pitch what I think Halo should do after our little bit where I just shit on it for fucking like 10 minutes. And I've started to like compile stuff together to actually make that video, and I'm so excited to fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
Because it's, I don't know. I'm just excited to show it. But yeah, -1 point to Halo 2. It's your thing.
All right.
You have 5 points left.
Right. How much is it to add a new game?
3.
3.
And they start at 10 points.
Right, you're right. What would I add though?
See, neither of us thought about it very much.
No, not really. That's how I like it to be though.
Yeah.
It's like, then you get your true feelings on it.
Right. We should really find some royalty-free music to play in the back, like some game show music to just play in the background, like something just kind of chill, just like a little vibe.
Right. Well, since we were talking about it today, it's a super good game. Let's add X-Men Origins Wolverine to it.
All right. Got it. We'll add that to the list. So that leaves you with 2 more points, right? And I got 3. Now I'm in like a tinker mood with the list right now, where it's like I'm trying to decide what I feel like should be above other things.
Right.
I'm gonna make a big leap here. I'm only gonna add 1 point, but it's gonna knock this game up the list quite a ways. I'm gonna add a point to BioShock.
Okay.
Because I feckin' love that game.
It's a great game.
I got 2 points left. You got some amount of points left?
3? 2? I have 2 left.
Yeah. We both got 2 left, okay.
Yeah. No, I got this. Let's add a point to Hades. That's a good game.
All right, and I'm going to spend both of my last 2 points on this next one. I'm going to bump Elden Ring up by 2.
Oh, shit.
Because it's a crime that Elden Ring is number 15 right now. So, I'm just, you have fun with your stuff. I'm going to put all my guys where they belong. You got your last point, Beej?
My last point. Let's just knock something down a peg, cause
do it.
I really wanted to love this game, and it shit all over my bedsheet.
I know, cause
Fallout 76.
I was gonna say, yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is real fucking bad, huh?
No, it's actually a good game, but alright.
I just wanted to Fallout 76.
Aren't you the one that added that game?
No, yeah. No, that was when we did the initial list. We started with just 20 games. Yeah. So our list has added 2 games, so there's now 26 slots. Albion has gotten the graphical change for the next video. I don't want to do it live. But Albion Online got an additional point, knocking it up to 13, which gives it quite a jump. Enter the Gungeon and X-Men Origins Wolverine are both being added to the list. They'll start at 10 points. League of Legends taking yet another hit. It'll be four more episodes and it'll be gone. Unless
maybe less.
Unless. So we have a guest for the next episode.
That's true.
And Saber plays League.
Oh, does he like it though?
Does anybody like League that plays it?
I mean, that's a good point.
But anyway, League of Legends takes another hit, knocking it down to 4. I put Halo 2 in its place by removing 1 point. And just so everybody knows, there's some games, if we remove a point, it doesn't necessarily mean we hate that game. We're just trying to move it somewhere else on the list. And I truly don't believe that Halo 2 is better than some of the games that it is higher than right now.
Right.
It's absurd to me that Halo 2 is higher than Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's one of those things.
True.
But that knocks Halo 2 down to 11. BioShock got a nice boost up to 14, which is going to put it in 3rd place, I believe. Oh, no, it'll put Hades and BioShock both up there, because Hades got a point as well.
Yep.
Elden Ring's getting an additional 2 points, putting it at 13. That's going to jump it up quite a bit. And Fallout 76 get a much-deserved -1. It probably deserves a -9 to knock it completely off the list. Because as much as I tried to fight for that game at first, it's not worth the points to try and save it. So I will update that list for the next episode. I love doing the list, Beej, and I kind of want to do more points now.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's not enough.
We're gonna have to knock it up to 10, and it's
gonna have to.
Eventually, the whole episode is just gonna be us doing this.
Right. Introductions to list, goodbyes. I'm cool with it.
Hey, there should be. I think at the end of the year, we should have some big event where it is like the last episode of the year is just the list. And we have a couple guests on, and we just have mad amounts of points, and we just fuck everything up.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Before we move on to signing off, me and Beej, we're gonna finish this up, and we're gonna go record a post show, which will be a 20-minute little bit that you can find on patreon.com/Vex Online Productions.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be 2 dudes bullshitting. I'm gonna be honest. But sometimes we end an episode and we have better conversations after.
Right.
Where it's like, why didn't we think of this while the record button was red? But so yeah, patreon.com/Vex Online Productions. I promise we're gonna put more stuff there as we get used to this. But right now we're still just kind of winging it a little bit. But a post show's worth it, right? For what?
Yeah.
What,
absolutely.
$2-3? $2-3? Yeah.
I'll make it worth it.
Yeah, we both need better microphones. I need software. So let's just
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, so check that out. Beej, you got anything you want to say before we head out?
Well, I say it every time, don't I? Just be kind to each other.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, support your local game shop.
Yeah, as long as it's not GameStop.
As long as it's not GameStop.
Oh god. So
I was thinking more like miniature / game /
one of
that
those
kind of
game shops, like a good game shop.
Yeah.
You just gave me my next topic for an episode, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, be kind. Support local businesses the best you can. It's a fucking rough time out there for everybody. We have a local shop here that seems to be like thriving somehow.
Okay.
The people there are really cool, really knowledgeable about all the board games and stuff they do. They got huge back rooms where people can rent out to play games, and if you rent out the space, you get access to their game library.
That's awesome.
So they have like an open version of a bunch of games there. It's called RU Game. I don't know if they do anything online, but it's a cool little shop. Cool people.
Hell yeah.
And it's cool to see them thriving when a lot of that has kind of phased out.
Yeah.
But and my last little bit is you know, you never fucking know what somebody's dealing with in their head. So kind of to the Beej's same point, just be fucking kind to people. You don't know what's going on, and a smile could turn somebody's day around, you know?
True.
Also play games. Games are awesome. Play BattleBit Remastered with me. It's the best game ever made, ever, until Thursday when Diablo 4... Oh, we'll have already started the season by the time this episode airs. But, anyway, this was the Vex _ Obligatory Podcast. We're going to record a post show right now, so...
Heck yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, bye, everybody. We're going to go do this. It's probably worth $100, don't you think?
Yeah, at least.
Probably worth $100. We're going to charge like 2 or 3.
It's a super steal.
Yeah, it's super steal. Bargain, humble bundle kind of thing. But anyway, yeah. Bye!
Bye!